Assalamualaikum and good day. Welcome to our mock training session entitled Time Management and Productivity Skills for Workplace Success. This session is based on our approved training proposal for the subject HRM549 and demonstrate how the proposed training program can be delivered in an actual workplace setting. In today's workplace, employees are expected to handle multiple tasks with limited time. However, many struggle with prioritization, distractions, and work-life imbalance. As highlighted in our training proposal, ineffective time management can lead to stress, burnout, and reduced job performance. Therefore, this training focuses on developing balance and effective time management practice. By the end of this mock training session, participants will gain a clearer understanding of how time management affects performance. They will also be introduced to practical framework and tools that can be applied immediately, while maintaining balance and well-being in line with the Al-Wasatiyah principle. Without further ado, let me introduce our first instructor. So our first instructor is Miss Fatimah Sarah. She was the HR manager at MC Singkaran Sdn Bhd. She also has been experienced in human resource management, almost 7 years in recruitment, payroll administration, workforce planning, attendance monitoring, and people management. Our second instructor is Mr. Muhammad Amshar. Currently, he was working as a human resource executive at Molly K Healthcare Sdn Bhd. He have 2 years plus experience in the HR and employee development. Next, our third instructor is Mr. Muhammad Nuzhan Naufal. Currently, he was working as a HR and talent development specialist at Gothop Sdn Bhd. He also has 2 years plus experience in the workplace efficiency and HR management on employee disciplines.
Hello and good day to everyone. So I'm Miss Fatimah Sarah. As you can see my profile, I'm going to be one of your instructor for today's module. Okay, so let me walk through the module 1, which is Introduction to Time Management and also performance. Okay, so as the HR manager, I deal with many people that have this problem in managing their time, and however it also affects their performance. Okay, so what is time? I don't think I need to explain more, but I will need to relate time to finish your work. Okay, it does not about finishing your work quickly, but it is about completing your task efficiently and also effectively. That is the most important. Okay, so that is about time. Next, performance. So performance in the workplace refers to the employee's ability. Okay, because you need to actually complete a task within the given time frame. Alright, so when the time is managed very well, so your performance is actually naturally will improve. Okay, so next, time is as a limited and non-renewable resource. Okay, so time cannot be stored, right? As you can see, it cannot be stored, cannot reused or recovered once it is wasted, right? So every employee has the same number of working hours each day. I would say we all given 24 hours per day. No one gets 23, no one gets 22, no one's get per day, right? So everyone will get 24 hours. Okay, so if you actually the difference in the performance lies in how effectively time is utilized. So poor time management often results in rushed or delayed tasks okay, which can lead to the errors, rework, okay, and also low performance outcomes. So that is why time as a limited and non-renewable resource, you cannot beat that, because time is very, very important. Okay, now next one, effective use of time and individual performance. So in this module also, this word actually gives also we put this as a topic, okay, because at the individual level, effective time management helps employee to actually complete tasks within deadlines while maintaining high quality, right? So it allows better focus on the priority tasks. So that is why you need to prioritize your tasks. So which is urgent, which is not urgent, okay? So this will actually reduces constant interruptions, okay? So as a result, employees experience lower stress. You would have lower stress because you know how to prioritize your work, and then better accountability and also improve productivity, right? So that is why effective use of time, and it impacts to the individual performance. Okay, so just now we already talked about individual. Right now, we want to talk about effective use of time and organizational performance. So time management also has a strong impact at the organizational level. Why I said that? Because when the time is managed effectively across teams, okay, projects are actually completed according to schedule, right? Coordination improves, okay, and inefficiencies also reduce. So this supports organizations in achieving their goals and maintaining consistent performance. So when this all happens, do you think that we can get the bonus? Obviously yes we do, right? Because the organizational is having this successfully good impact in the businesses, right? Okay, importance of time in organizational success. So productivity increases when time is planned very well and allocated it effectively. Work quality improves when tasks are not rushed, right? So while poor time management leads to missed deadlines and inefficiency, you cannot focus, because if, like, let's say your time management is not correct, you don't know which one to prioritize and all that, I'm telling you guys, obviously it will become a very messy to your work, okay? Because you will miss the deadlines, okay? You will, maybe if you are in a payroll department, for example, if you don't follow the deadline of the cut-off, okay, it's simple as that, okay? If you don't follow the cut-off payroll, done, okay? Obviously, employee will not get the salary because of your careless mistakes where you miss the deadlines of the cut-off. How do you want to ensure that the employee get the salary on time? So meaning that it won't happen. So that is one of the one of the example that I can share with all of you, right? So organizations actually rely on employees' effective use of time to remain competitive and align with business deadlines. So what is the relationship between time perception and productivity? So how employees perceive time also affects productivity. Employees who value time tend to plan, schedule, and prioritize tasks more effectively. So poor time perception often leads to procrastination and last-minute work, increasing stress burnout, and reduce what work quality. So we need to start plan. You need to start plan your day. Okay, what you want to do every day. Okay, when you plan, so from there you know how to actually prioritize which is important, which need to be submitted, and meeting all the deadlines. Oh, can you see impact of procrastination on performance? Negatively affects performance. Okay, procrastinate is not good. Okay, I would say, well, even though I've been in this industry for quite some time, but I'm telling you all that it is not good to procrastinate. I also procrastinate things, right? I did that before, and then I can see what it happens to the performance. You will drop. The performance will definitely drop because of procrastination. Tasks are delayed, right, until the last minute. Errors also increase due to you rushing, and the stress level is very high. Okay, so over the time, this reduces consistency in work output and affects both individual and also the team performance. Okay, I know it's very hard for us to change the mindset of procrastination because I have that kind of habit, but it is really not healthy. Okay, and will impact, even though in the working environment, it will impact your performance and will impact your mental health as well. So you need to really try not to procrastinate things. Okay, all right, now to conclude Module 1, time management is a key factor that influences performance at both individual and also organizational levels. Okay, so now this next module, which is Module 2, I hope you bear with me because this is only just a Module 2. So we will explore the science and spirit of the time management, that focusing more on the balance, ethics, and also long-term productivity. Okay, so managing time with balance. Time management is not about working longer hours, alright? It is about managing your work effectively and sustainably. That's it, okay? So balanced time management is protect both productivity and also the employee's physical and the mental well-being. That's it, right? Okay, core principles of effective time management. Okay, effective time management involves what? Planning tasks in advance. Okay, prioritizing important work, settling realistic timelines, and also the continuously improving work habits. That's it. Like I said before, these principles actually help to reduce chaos and also the support consistent performance. Okay, so Satya, right? Moderation and balance. So the concept of Satya emphasize actually moderation and balance between the work and also the personal life. It helps prevent the burnout and promotes the ethical and fair behavior in the workplace. Everyone wants to become very successful, but in order for them to become successful, they need to know how to plan their own time, and also they need to know that how to balance up their personal life and also the working environment. So this is a must, and we call it as a soft skill as well. Ethical use of time in the workplace. Now, ethical time management means using working hours responsibly, avoiding necessary unnecessary delays and time wastage, okay, and then respecting the time of colleagues and the organization, okay. So this ethical of time strengthens accountability and also organizational trust. So this is ethical use of time in the workplace. You need to be able to understand more about how to use proper, ethical use of the time in the workplace, like, because you don't want delays, you don't want people to chase over you, you don't want people to chase, oh, when can you give the report, when can you submit the report, but then you don't know how to manage it very well with the time, so you tend to just let go all the reports, not doing it, okay. So it actually will give impact, back impact.
Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about prioritization and planning, okay, which is super important if we want to be productive and successful at work. So why is it prioritization? So important. Well, it helps us focus on the tasks that really deliver value to the organization instead of spending time on things that don't matter much. We are focused on what actually moves the team and the company forward. One tool I like to use is the enhanced hour metric. Is it simple but very effective? You classify your task into 4 groups. Okay, for the example, urgent and important, do it right away. Then important but not urgent, plan and schedule it. Okay, also have urgent but not important, delegate to someone else. Neither urgent nor important, just eliminate it. Okay, by doing this, we reduce unnecessary pressure and make better decisions about where to spend our time. Another framework that works really well is Covey's time management quadrants, which emphasize focusing on quadrant 2. Okay, important but not urgent tasks. These are the tasks that help us plan ahead, prevent problems, and improve our performance in the long run. By focusing here, we become more proactive instead of reactive. We also combine this with SMART goal setting. Remember, SMART stands for specific. The goal is clear, measurable, we can track progress, achievable, realistic, relevant, aligned with our work and the company's objective. For time-bound, set a deadline. Also, SMART goal is help us to stay focused, measure performance, and make sure our daily tasks actually support organizational goals. This also makes easy to evaluate performance and stay accountable. Now, let's make it practical. We will do a demonstration activity using the enhanced metric. Here's how easy work. Okay, list all your daily work tasks, identify which one are urgent versus important, categorize each task into the 4 quadrants. Okay, decide the action, do, plan, delegate, or eliminate. Okay, these activities help you translate theory into practice. Think critically about your priorities and immediately apply this skill at work. By the end, you will have practical tools to manage your workload. Okay, more effectively, reduce stress and improve overall productivity. Remember, the goal of prioritization and planning is not just to finish tasks. It's make sure our work adds real value and the organization supports long-term success. Okay, in this module, I will share practical tools and a technique that can be applied immediately in the workplace to improve productivity and time management. First, let's talk about time blocking. Okay, time blocking means Pomodoro technique, task batching, and digital tools such as Google Calendar, Trello in the morning just to answer email, and another 2 hours to focus on important work. Okay, this technique helps to minimize distraction and multitasking because during that time you are focused on only one task. The outcome of time blocking is that's it. Okay, improve focus and help tasks to get complete on time. Okay, next we also have the Pomodoro technique. Okay, in the conclusion, by using technique like time blocking, the Pomodoro technique, task batching, and digital tools such as Google Calendar, Trello, Pomodoro technique is that it. Okay, enhance and reduce mental. The short break help the brain to stay fresh and avoid burnout. Okay, another use technique is task batching. Task batching, Pomodoro technique, task batching, and digital tools such as Google Calendar. Okay, locking all phone call in one session. Okay, this reduce the time wasted on switching between different type of tasks and help to reduce inefficiency. Okay, finally, let's look about digital tools that support production Pomodoro technique, task batching, and digital tools such as Google Calendar. Trello outcome of using Google Calendar is better organization, coordinate, and productive tracking. Okay, another tool is Trello, which help with task tracking and team collaboration. It allows users to clearly see what tasks need to be done and who is responsible. Lastly, Notion is useful for planning, documentation, and organizing information in one place.
Alright, thank you. So, maintaining work-life balance and resilience is really about making sure employees can work well over time, not just for a short period. First, let's talk about stress management. At work, it is important to manage our workload realistically. We need to know our limits and not push ourselves too hard. Taking short break and resting properly actually help us stay focused and less stressed. Another challenge today is digital overload. We are constantly receiving email, message, and notification. To manage this, we can control our notification and plan some screen-free time during breaks or after work. This helps our mind to relax. Next is preventing burnout. Burnout usually happens when we work too much without enough rest. So, avoiding excessive overtime and setting clear work boundaries like switching off from work after office hour is very important. Sure, the Personal Time Mastery Workshop is a hands-on session where participants actively reflect on how they manage their time in their daily work. To stay motivated and focused, setting achievable goals really helps. When goals are realistic, we feel more confident. It is also important to recognize our progress, even small wins, because that keep us motivated. Overall, when employees maintain good work-life balance and resilience, it leads to better long-term performance and less absenteeism. Employees feel healthier, more motivated, and are able to perform consistently at work. During the workshop activities, participants will first do a self-assessment of their time usage. This helps them identify how their time is currently spent on and recognize any time-wasting habits that may be affecting their productivity. Next, we move into productivity mapping. Here, participants match their tasks to their priority and identify high-impact activities. This helps them focus more on work that truly matters and bring the most value. Another important part of the workshop is peer sharing and feedback. Participants exchange experience, learn from each other, and reinforce accountability. This makes the learning more practical and relatable. To conclude, the key takeaways from this workshop are simple but powerful. Time management improves performance, maintaining work-life balance supports sustainability productivity, and most importantly, small change can create a meaningful impact over time.
Thank you to all our instructors for the delightful sharing. To conclude, effective time management plays a critical role in improving both individual and organizational performance. When time is managed properly, employees are able to focus better, reduce stress, and deliver higher quality of work. By applying balanced and ethical time management practices, organizations can achieve sustainable productivity without compromising employee well-being. Thank you to all. Need your help to scan the training evaluation by the end of this slide. Thank you and see you again.